17-year-old Leon Shaw had been living in the old Cold War bunker for 3 months when the sky caught fire. The abandoned facility in rural Montana had been his refuge since the scorching, the day humanity's enemies finally found Earth and turned most of the planet's surface into glass. His parents had been archaeologists, obsessed with 20th-century military history. They'd bought the decommissioned bunker as a weekend project that became Leon's tomb and salvation. Now, watching the alien fleet descend through the bunker's periscope, Leon felt his stomach drop. Hundreds of ships, each the size of a city block, blotted out what remained of the sky. The Jorfari swarm had finally come to finish what the galactic wars had started. Leon scrambled to the radio equipment his father had lovingly restored. The ancient systems hummed to life, vacuum tubes glowing amber in the darkness. His hand shook as he tuned into the alien communication frequencies, a skill he'd learned from intercepting their scouting transmissions over the past weeks. The voices were cold, mechanical, translated through universal communicators. Surface sterilization at 97.3% completion. No signs of human resistance detected. Confirmed. Proceed with final sweep and resource extraction. The human plague has been successfully eradicated. Leon's breath caught. They thought humanity was extinct. The orbital bombardment 3 months ago had been so devastating that the Jorfari swarm assumed their job was done. They were here for cleanup, not conquest. An idea sparked. Ridiculous, impossible, but born from a lifetime of watching his father's collection of Cold War documentaries and B-grade science fiction movies. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, both superpowers had bluffed with weapons they barely understood. The mere threat of mutual destruction had prevented annihilation. What if? Leon's fingers flew across the keyboard, accessing archived human military databases still stored in the bunker's computers. He pulled up files on Operation Chrome Dome, the Dead Hand System, perimeter protocols, all the terrifying automated systems designed to ensure retaliation even after total defeat. But he needed something more, something that would tap into the Jorfari swarm's deepest fears about humanity. The galaxy had whispered about humans for centuries, stories of their impossible adaptability, their refusal to surrender, their tendency to weaponize everything from kitchen utensils to stellar phenomena. The Jorfari swarm's own propaganda spoke of humans as a virus that spread through space, corrupting everything they touched with their chaotic creativity. Leon began crafting his masterpiece. He created a signal that mimicked the quantum encryption patterns of advanced human military technology. Patterns he'd studied from captured alien analysis of human weapons. The message was simple, broadcasting on all frequencies in 17 languages. Val-safe Protoc Omega activated. Human extinction confirmed. Initiating dead hand retaliation sequence. Stellar converter array charging. Target, Jorfari swarm core Worldus. Countdown, 47 hours, 23 minutes, 15 seconds. The beauty was in the details. Leon added subsystem chatter, fake status reports from non-existent installations across the galaxy. He created ghost signals from automated human outposts in distant star systems, all confirming the activation of humanity's ultimate revenge weapon. The stellar converter was pure science fiction, a device that could supposedly turn entire stars into weapons. Leon had stolen the concept from a cheesy 1980s space opera his dad had loved. But the aliens didn't know that. The effect was immediate. Unknown transmission detected. Quantum encryption suggests Tier 7 human military technology. Impossible. All human installations were confirmed destroyed. Leon watched through the periscope as the massive fleet suddenly halted its descent. Ships that had been moving in perfect formation began clustering together, their movements betraying confusion and fear. He enhanced the deception, broadcasting panicked final messages from fictional human survivors. The fools triggered it. The whole galaxy's going to burn. We tried to stop them, but the dead hand doesn't care about collateral damage. All human colonies reporting Omega activation. The stellar converter network is coming online. May whatever gods still exist forgive us all. The alien chatter became frantic. Human doomsday protocol confirmed active. Our intelligence reports suggested this possibility. Humans would rather destroy the galaxy than accept defeat. Stellar converter technology, theoretically possible given human engineering capabilities? Leon almost laughed. The Jorfari swarm's own xenobiological studies had worked against them. Their files were full of analyses of human behavior, emphasizing humanity's tendency toward mutually assured destruction and spite-driven retaliation. They'd studied human history and concluded that humans were uniquely willing to choose annihilation over surrender. The fleet began to withdraw. Fleet Command, this is Hegemon Prime. Abort resource extraction. Repeat, abort all operations in Sol system. But sir, the planet is defenseless. The planet is bait. The humans wouldn't have triggered their stellar weapons unless they were certain of total victory. We cannot risk the core worlds for one dead system. Leon watched in amazement as hundreds of warships turned and fled toward the outer system. Within hours, the sky was clear again. He kept broadcasting the countdown for 3 more days, adding fake system updates and increasingly desperate fictional reports. The Jorfari swarm not only stayed away, they declared the entire sector a quarantine zone and warned other species to avoid human space until the stellar converter threat could be neutralized. On the 4th day, Leon finally turned off the transmitter and climbed to the surface. The world was still a wasteland, but it was humanity's wasteland, and somewhere in the ruins, other survivors might be emerging from their own hiding places. He'd saved Earth with nothing but Cold War paranoia, B-movie science fiction, and humanity's galaxy-wide reputation for being absolutely insane enough to burn down the universe out of spite. Not bad for a 17-year-old with a ham radio and too much time on his hands. The aliens were right about one thing: humans really were impossible to predict. They just never considered that sometimes impossibility looked like a scared teenager who'd learned strategy from old movies and had the sheer audacity to convince the galaxy that humanity's greatest weapon was its willingness to take everyone down with them. The stars were quiet now, but Leon knew they were listening. And as long as they believed humans were crazy enough to weaponize stars themselves, maybe they'd think twice before coming back. After all, the best defense was a reputation for being absolutely, completely, and utterly unhinged. Many thanks to my channel members and Pathfinders. You all make these videos possible. Thank you for listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave this video a like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Video shares, memberships, and super thanks help the channel grow as well, so feel free to partner with this channel in that way as we grow. With that all said, thank you again for listening to the story, and thank you for your time. On the left side of your screen are some videos I think you might be interested in. I hope to see you in the next one.